Once you have a few setups done for items of clothing, it's time to hook them up and start iterating on them to see how they interact with each other in the sim setup. You can see here I have several things set up. We had just finished setting up the belts, and now down here below I've merged in all of the setups, and I am merging in these black nodes, the out boots, the out pants, the out top shirt, and I added one. These are all coming right before the solver that you're using to solve each individual item. This one allows you to iterate over the individual item if it's not behaving as you would expect. The second one here will help you merge everything together into a solver that allows you to test things. And you can turn off and on things to see how the results are affected with or without. And I would start with something like 10 sub-steps maybe, and then bring it up. This way you can start to see iterations. In this case, my most recent sim looked really bad when I put the belts and the jacket and everything together. So I've turned off the belts and I'm starting to look at it. But let me go ahead and show you what what the previous version looked like, just so you can see that this is an iterative process, and that if it doesn't work right away, you shouldn't be discouraged. You should definitely start noodling some of the settings and seeing. So as this version comes down, it starts to look okay, but as soon as a rapid move forward takes place, as soon as my character starts to move forward, everything kind of falls apart. The belts hop off the shoulder, and they are bending way too much in my for me to enjoy them. So I think I'm going to have to add some stiffness. And then by the time they get to, say, frame 1030 or whatever, everything's completely falling apart here. So I can see now that the top shirt, the sleeves are sliding up. I need to lock those down a little bit with maybe an attach or maybe a pin to target constraint. And the belts are completely twisted and turned here and colliding with each other. Now this is just the natural iteration. The pants look okay though. I could definitely see the pants staying the way they are for now, and that's good. So the pants and the undershirt are good. It's just the top shirt needs some adjustments. And one thing you might want to do is you can turn off, to speed up this iteration, you can turn off the buttons and the loops, just to see, because they're just kind of riding along. They're very light and they're riding along. So you can tune it with that so that it sims a little faster. Also turn off the belts, which I've done here in my new sim that I'm actually doing right now, which is in progress. You can see I have several sims in progress. One is just the belts, one is just the jacket, and I have another complete combined one kind of running here, which I can probably kill this one. This one's really old, and that's the one we're looking at right now. It's not very good, so I can kill it now because there's no sense in. I've learned what I need to learn from this sim. So again, what you want to do this is just create a section in your sim, in your graph here, where you just kind of merge everything in, unpack it, and put a solver together. And then just put it at 10 substeps and just start with the default setup. Just see if you can tune everything with 10 substeps. And if you need to, inch it up. Go up by 2 substeps at a time. Go up to 12, go up to 15. Maybe play some constraint iterations. What you want to do is you want to tame everything as best as possible in their individual solvers, so that you can do things in parallel here. Like I have this current jacket running right now, and this is the current setup. And I think, yes, I think this is, it's starting to fall. It's a little rubbery for me, so I don't like the way it kind of bounces like that, so I might increase some stiffness. And I'm going to start running it, but you can see how it looks like it's bending okay, and it's staying here, but when I combine it with the belts, it starts to flop all over the place. So I don't know if the belts are pulling on it or they're penetrating initially and then flopping all over. So I have to figure out what's going on. And the best way to do that is to just start tuning individually and then try another sim with them together. But this is the iterative process that you have to go through to get this thing working. As you increase substeps on the solver, it's going to take longer and longer and longer for the sim to go. So try and tune it as best you possibly can, and if you add a few extra substeps and it starts to look better in your individual sim over here. So if my belts start to look better with 15 substeps, then I will start to add 15 to the major one, to the one down below, the combined one.